Yo, TFP Technical Foul Podcast. It's your boy Up D, back after 2 month hiatus. Focusing on a lot of other things that I need to focus on, and that's a story for another time if you guys are ever up for it. But yeah, we're back. Another episode, no special guest, none of that today. We're going to strictly talk basketball. And it's your boys, Golden State-Warriors, Boston Celtics, NBA Finals. All right? Now, if you look back, like in the beginning of the season when I was talking hoops, I said straight up, Golden State wasn't a team to mess around with. If they stayed healthy, if they got healthy, they were going to get to the spot that they were at right now, which is the NBA Finals. Boston Celtics, which I've been heavily criticizing all season, all of last season, the years before, have finally cusped over that Game 7 hump and got to the big stage, the NBA Finals. They finally made it over the Eastern Conference hump that they've been battling through the past couple years and got to the big stage, the NBA Finals. Against what is now known to be one of the best dynasties in this era of basketball that we're watching right now, the Golden State Warriors. Now, when you look at the Warriors and how they started off their playoffs. Matter of fact, let's talk about their season. Exceptional. Steph Curry playing at a MVP level. Klay Thompson coming back playing at a solid level. He missed like 300 days of basketball. Way more than that. Draymond Green, who has been the vocal point of that team has been Draymond from the time he got drafted to right now. He's got a little gray hair popping up, showing a little age. But when he plays, you don't see age. You don't see him slowing down. You got young guys playing exceptionally for Golden State. Jordan Poole. You got a lot of guys on Golden State who could do things at a higher level than other role players were able to do when they used to go up against Cleveland back in the days. 16, 17, 18, all those years they won in the past. You got Gary Payton, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, role players, solid role players. You got an all-star Andrew Wiggins on that team. And now they've got to that big stage once again after being healthy, after picking up solid role players. And their second overall pick, which was a head scratcher, and James Wiseman has not touched the basketball in 2 years. They still got him chilling on the bench. And he could possibly have a ring. They picked him over LaMelo Ball, the best player in that draft, in my opinion. Now they got James Wiseman just cooling out until next season. They brought back Iggy. They brought back Iggy. One of the best two-way players the NBA has seen in the last 10 years. And they make it back to the finals. Was their path harder than the Boston Celtics getting to the finals? Let's talk about that. Beating Denver 4-1. Going up against Memphis. Then you look at Boston's path. Seeing Brooklyn, KD, Kyrie in the first round. Seeing the defending champs, Giannis and the Bucks with no Chris Middleton. Let's talk about that. No Chris Middleton. Then going to Game 7 against Giannis and the defending champs. Then going to the Eastern Conference Finals and playing the best team in the NBA in the Miami Heat. Then going to Game 7 against the best team in the NBA, the Miami Heat, at Miami. And then coming out and breaking out of that shell that they weren't able to break out of the last 4 or 5 years. There's one beautiful, beautiful thing that any fan, anyone who watches sports can appreciate watching these finals. These two teams were built from the draft. Other than Andrew Wiggins getting paid a hefty amount, or no, actually they traded for him, but still. Ideally, these two teams were built from the draft. Now you got two teams who were not bought, essentially, playing in an NBA Finals matchup. Before that, we had guys, Supermax, LeBron, matching up with D-Wade, matching up with C, but we saw how that went. Then you had KD in the Golden State era that he was in the finals those 2 times, you know. We saw how that went. So it's a beautiful thing to see two teams built from the draft in the NBA Finals. Now, who do I think is going to win? I mean, everyone who knows me knows I'm going to pick my Boston Celtics, right? And I'm saying, like, the homer in me says they're gonna sweep Golden State. Nah, let's be real. Golden State's been here. Golden State's done this. Boston's not been here with the current roster that they have. Boston has not done what Golden State has done in the last 10 years. But honestly speaking, and watching these guys in Boston, from Jason Tatum all the way down to Peyton Pritchard, all the way down to the G League guys who used to play for the Maine Celtics, you know, all the way. Let's talk about Brad Stevens' first year as an executive and how he was able to say, let's get rid of Dennis Schroeder and bring in Derek White. Let's get rid of certain players and bring back certain players like Daniel Tice. Let's focus on building this solid team on young guys like Rob Williams, Grant Williams. Grant Williams has been an X factor throughout this entire playoffs. Rob Williams, who has a torn meniscus, okay? A torn meniscus. A lot of people, when they hear that, say, oh, snap, I'm out for like 6 months, 5 months, however long. You got Rob Williams playing in the NBA playoffs a month after tearing his meniscus. In the long run, that's not going to be good for him. But right now, that shows, one, it shows heart. Two, it shows commitment to the team that hey, we could do this. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to play through this pain. You know? A lot of trust and loyalty goes into it builds team chemistry when you got guys like that saying, oh, okay, let me forget about this. Let me forget about this certain situation right now and focus right here, right now, at this prized possession that we're all focusing on. Then you got Jaylen Brown, who went absolutely off in the fourth quarter in game 1, finishing with 24 points. Then you got the likes of, I just want to say that's the most underrated trade Brad Stevens has made. It was a head scratcher for a lot of folks, but giving up Kemba Walker for Al Horford. Woo! Al Horford coming back to Boston after going to Philly and OKC, and then OKC saying, "Yo, bro, you too old. I'm gonna let these young guys rock." And then Brad's saying, "What? Let's bring him back." And now he's hooping. He's hooping. First year in the finals. He's been in the league for 15 years. First year in the finals. Prior to that, he was the only player to play in a certain amount of playoff games without reaching the NBA Finals. He held that record. Now he doesn't. Paul Millsap holds that record now. It's amazing. And then for him to come out and then be the best player to play in game 1, 26 points. Jason Tatum, career high 13 assists in an NBA Finals game where he wasn't able to get his shot down. He wasn't able to attack the basket. Man, you guys may call me crazy, but I really do think Boston could sweep these guys. Now, realistically, nah, not gonna happen. It might not happen. I mean, if it does, I'm more than happy to say, oh, snap. NBA season's over. June 10th. Friday. Get ready for the parade on Tuesday or Monday or whenever Boston decides to do that parade. By the way, yo, to the folks who situate the tickets and all that, yo, screw y'all. You guys gonna lose. The real fans who love watching basketball know that they're not gonna pay $1,000 to sit all the way at the nosebleeds. That's not happening. I understand that times are rough, recessions, all that, but like to charge an average person who's a diehard fan for either Golden State, for either Boston, for any sport or any team, to charge them at a minimum of $1,000 a ticket, that's absurd to me, you know. But anyways, never mind all that. I gave y'all my prediction. If they don't win in 4, they're gonna win in 6. If they don't win in 6, they're gonna win in 7. Golden State has a lot of guys who are, getting to that point where they're aging, you know, where, oh man, I've really been playing for a while here, you know, like we saw that in game 1 where Steph Curry went off in the first quarter, 21 points, boom, 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 you know. Most points scored in a quarter by any player in NBA history. And then they slowed down. They put all that energy out in the first quarter where you screen here, you screen there, you move the ball here, move the ball there. Boom, they're tired by the second half. They're tired by the fourth quarter. They're tired. Klay Thompson running around all those screens. Tired. Marcus Smart guarding. Each of these players that Marcus is guarded hasn't scored over, I believe, 11 points combined. Think about that. That's just game 1. On top of that, Boston, in the last 15 games that they've played against Golden State, have won 16. The last 16 games played against Golden State, Boston Celtics have won 10. That should tell you something. And if it doesn't, then you should wake up. But yeah, Boston 4, if not 6, then 7. Y'all heard it here first. Again, it's your boy Abdi back on the TFP podcast, you know, Technical Foul podcast. I mean, I'm sorry to the folks out there, you know, waiting on hoops talk. Sorry. Hey, we all human beings. I don't gotta attend to you. You feel me? People are human beings. Get what I'm saying? Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Real talk. I have a beautiful significant other who tells me, yo, like, you shouldn't worry about what these people say. You shouldn't worry about what those folks say. You shouldn't worry about how folks look at you. But real talk, I know this is kind of like stepping away from the hoops talk, but yo, you lose consistency and you lose that little like creativity block that you got inside you because you focus on a lot of other things that you shouldn't, you know, focus on when you're trying to be a creator, as my wonderful significant other has said. So yeah, shout out to her. I really want to give her a big shout out because she deserves it, and she is right, you know. What was that? Yes, sir. Y'all heard that. But yeah, she's an amazing human being, and without her, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of things I'm not able to do. Without her, I wouldn't be able to have brought you guys special guests, because this person, this significant other of mine, has pushed me to do things that I wasn't able to do in the past. You get what I'm saying? Like, a little talk goes a long way, and that should go for anyone. Self-care, self-love. Be at peace with yourself, then you're going to be at peace with anything else in life. Real talk. Hey, Boston. Game 2 tonight. Y'all tune in. TFP, Technical Foul Podcast. It's your boy, Abdi. Peace and love.